6 signs your brain notices things others completely miss. There is something quietly happening inside your mind that most people will never experience. While others move through the world on autopilot, seeing surfaces, hearing words, taking everything at face value, a rare type of brain is running an entirely different process underneath. The scanning, filtering, detecting, connecting dots that haven't even formed yet. You might have always felt slightly out of sync with the people around you, like you're picking up a signal no one else can hear, like you see the room differently the moment you walk into it. That's not overthinking. That's not anxiety. That is your brain operating at a level most people don't even know exists. There are exactly 6 signs that reveal this kind of rare perceptive intelligence. And the last one is the one that almost nobody talks about. Stay with me, because if you recognize it, it will completely change the way you understand yourself. Let's start. Sign 1. You notice micro-expressions, the ones that flash and disappear in under a second. Most people only register what someone is openly showing them. You register what someone is trying not to show. A flicker of discomfort behind a smile. A split-second hesitation before a confident answer. A barely visible tension in someone's jaw when a specific name gets mentioned. You don't always know what it means, but you always notice it, and you're almost never wrong that something is there. Sign 2. You feel the energy of a room before anyone speaks. You walk into a space and something shifts inside you. A subtle reading, like a temperature check, before a single word is exchanged. Something happened here. Something is off. Something is being forced. Scientists call this environmental sensitivity. Your nervous system is processing social and emotional data at a speed and depth that bypasses conscious thought. You don't decide to read the room. Your brain does it automatically. Sign 3. You remember details about people that they themselves have forgotten. You recall what someone said 6 months ago in a casual conversation they've long since dismissed. You remember the specific word they used, the emotion underneath it, the way it didn't match what they were claiming to feel. This isn't just good memory. This is your brain assigning weight to information that other brains file away as irrelevant. You archive what others discard because somewhere inside you, you know it matters. Sign 4. You notice patterns in behavior long before outcomes reveal themselves. You can watch someone interact 3 times and already know how they'll behave under pressure. You see the cycle before it completes. You recognize the red flag before it becomes a wound. People around you sometimes think you're being paranoid or judgmental. You're not. You're reading a pattern that is already fully written. You're just the only one in the room who's seen enough of the page to know where the story is going. Sign 5. Noise, chaos, and sensory overload hit you harder than other people. Crowded places drain you fast. Loud environments make it hard to think. Multiple conversations happening at once feel genuinely overwhelming. Not socially, but mentally. Here's why. Your brain is not filtering less than other people. It's filtering more. It's processing every input in the environment simultaneously. Sound, light, movement, emotion, subtext. And that processing comes at a real cognitive cost. The exhaustion isn't weakness. It's the price of perception. And sign 6. This is the one. You have an almost uncomfortable awareness of your own mind while it's happening. Not just self-awareness in a general sense. Something more specific than that. You can feel yourself forming an opinion in real time and simultaneously question where that opinion is coming from. You catch yourself performing a version of yourself and wonder why. You notice your own emotional reactions a few seconds before they fully arrive. Psychologists call this metacognition, thinking about your own thinking. And it is genuinely one of the rarest cognitive traits a human brain can possess. Most people live entirely inside their thoughts. You stand slightly outside of yours, watching them move. That distance is not disconnection. It is the highest form of self-perception that exists. People with these 6 traits don't always have the loudest voice in the room. They're usually the quietest. But they are always the ones who see the most. How many of these signs did you recognize in yourself? Drop your number in the comments right now. I want to see how deep this goes for you. And if this felt less like a YouTube video and more like someone finally putting a name to something you've always quietly known about yourself, subscribe to Aura Psychology. This is where minds like yours come to understand themselves at the deepest level.